Hey, Clip listeners, do you ever feel like you're juggling your script, your show prep, your questions, and monitoring your recording on the fly? I get it. I know what it's like, and that's why I'm here to tell you about Riverside's new teleprompter feature. It's built right into Riverside's platform, so you can have your show prep on screen and scroll as you record, all within the session window. No more tab switching, app juggling. It's a pain doing that on the fly, and now you're not going to have to because this teleprompter feature is game-changing. You can pause it, slow it down, speed it up, even replay, whatever you need to do to stay organized and calm during your session. I think it just makes podcasting a lot easier. And for me personally, it makes me less anxious when I'm in the middle of a recording. So if you're looking to smooth out your delivery and keep things organized while podcasting, you should check out Riverside's teleprompter feature. I think you're going to like it. And hey, you can use promo code CLIPPED, that's CLIPPED, to snag 20% off of any individual membership plan. That's CLIPPED for 20% off any individual plan, and you're going to start flowing like never before.
Explain something.
Check. What up, potty people, and welcome back to Clipped. I'm Eric, your host, and this is a podcast aimed at bringing you podcast production tips, podcast education, podcasting resources and insights, and podcast conversations with my podcasting pals. Say that 10 times fast. It's all aimed to help you become a better, more efficient podcaster, and I'm on a mission to help you start, grow, and monetize your show. As always, potty people, thank you for joining me. I'm stoked to be back on the pod with you this week. As the holidays approach, this may be my last episode. I got to figure out what to do next week and the week after, and maybe the week after that to round out home here for a great 2023. Thank you for all the love and support. I'm excited to keep bringing you new episodes in the new year. And let me know what you want to hear. And then I plan on having more guests on. I've dropped the ball a little bit with that. I've been doing a lot of solo, but I have some cool guests in mind, really diverse careers and opinions and offerings, of course, all in the podcast and content creation world. So looking forward to that. But today, I'm talking about something rad. I'm talking about harnessing AI to create video clips for your podcast and to promote your podcast, whether that's on social or YouTube. But you've probably seen these podcast clips. They've been popular the last couple of years where it's like a talking head short form video with captions. Sometimes there's B-roll. Sometimes it's just one person talking or a couple people talking. These are great for sharing on social media and or your YouTube. There's an easy way to create them with AI. And of course, if you're not using AI, it's actually really challenging because you need to be a pretty savvy editor. It's time consuming to find the clips, the right time code that you want to use, then to edit them. You got to be savvy because you got to kind of churn out a lot of them, to be honest, to get that exposure and notoriety on social media. You could hire them out, and of course some people do, but if you're not like the most savvy editor and or you just don't have time, you're going to want to possibly use AI. And so that's why I'm here for this podcast. I'm going to give you my two favorite platforms for doing this with AI, and those are Opus and Momento. I've personally used both tools. I've used Momento for months, maybe even close to a year. Opus, I've only used recently and created a couple clips, just a handful of clips. So I'm going to be giving you my personal experience and kind of breaking down what these two tools do, how they're different, and some pros and cons. Not really cons, actually, because I love these, but just some information, really, to help you decide if you want to use one of them. So without further ado, potty people, let's give it a go. All right, so the first one we're diving into is Opus, and the URL for that is opus.pro. Opus is cool because you've probably actually seen their clips. It's pretty popular among like social media influencers and content creators. If you follow guys like Grant Cardone or Patrick Bet-David, Opus, it analyzes your video and it extracts like the most compelling moments. So you're going to upload your video. It's going to break it down. I just did it for a 12-minute video, and I forget exactly. I got like 8 to 10 options of clips that I could use. It's going to rearrange that episode into these little viral short form videos that you could use, obviously, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Reels, whatever you want to do. Opus is super easy to use. You literally sign up, you upload your video, and boom, it pops out all these clips. There's a couple unique features that stand out, and the coolest one, and Momento doesn't have this, which we'll get into in a moment, is the virality score. So when it gives you your clip, it's going to give you a score on how likely that clip is to go viral. And from what I've seen so far, it's at least with a video that I used, it started in the high 60s, so 66 on the low end. That was the score it gave me for like my worst clip that it could find from the episode. And the score was 66. It says, this video lacks an attention-grabbing hook and fails to provide context for a reason for viewers to check it out. It has a coherent message promoting the idea of XYZ. However, more information could enhance its completeness. So that's on the low end. And then I had one at the very top for 99. And it tells you why. And this video grabs attention with a discussion about X, Y, and Z. And it just gives reasons why it's a good clip. And yeah, I guess you could use like a lower performing or lower scored one. I haven't done that. But what's also cool is that if, say, you do want to use that one, you can go into like their editor and you can kind of trim it or like maybe rearrange it, or maybe you didn't like that exact clip that it gave you, but that's a kind of a good timeline to start from. And then you can like go backwards or forwards a little bit. And you're like, oh, maybe like at this point there is a good clip. And then you could create one based off that. What else is cool is that it's got emojis that you can pop up in the captions. Depending on what level of plan you have, there's like different colors and different fonts. You can trim clips. Oh, and the other rad thing is the auto B-roll feature. So it'll pull in B-roll from like a stock video library and add that to your clips. And you can adjust the timing of those things and the clips that are being used for that. It's free to try, so I highly recommend you at least try this, because who doesn't want to try something like this for free? And if you're thinking about doing like these video clips for your podcast, hey, give it a shot. You might like it. There's different levels with different offerings, and you can eventually, get templates and stuff for branding. So there's a whole lot, to be honest, that I haven't dove into with Opus, because I've only created several clips with it. But a lot of options, and it looks like a lot of people are using this, and it's just easy. And so give it a go. See what you can create, start tweaking, start creating clips, and start getting your message out there to the world on social media. And I know I've said in the past, and I still kind of stand by it, I don't know that how much social media video will grow your podcast specifically, but it'll definitely grow your brand and your awareness, and you being the face of your company and your offerings is important, because people want to connect with people in 2024. Okay, so the next one is Momento, and I have a lot of experience with Momento. URL is momento.fm, and it's very similar. So you upload your video, and it's going to pull a certain amount of clips per the length of your video. It's also easy to use. Actually, I will say Momento, it's easy to use, but I feel like there's a little bit more of a learning curve, and maybe that's because with Opus, I only used the free plan and only created several clips. Momento, say it's just the inner workings of like the user interface. It's a little bit more of a learning curve, but also super easy and super quick. You're going to get your clips out with very little effort. Oh, and I had the founder of Momento on, David Salib. Cool guy, great guy. Check it out. It's episode 42 if you want to go back to that. But I love Momento because I've been using it for so long, and I can really fine-tune the clips that the AI generates and make tiny little tweaks. I could do that rather quickly, so I love it. How it compares to Opus in terms of usability and features. Well, here's some of the same things it has. It has the emojis, trim your clips. It's got auto B-roll. One thing it has more so than Opus is templates. I mean, there's got to be like over a dozen templates in Momento, maybe even upwards of 20. I don't know. I'd have to count, but it's got a lot of templates. And I've actually found that to come in handy for me, because I think I've finally locked in on a template that I really like. But I've experimented with a bunch of different looks and seen what performs well and what doesn't. So I love the fact that there's a lot of templates. I've uploaded my brand colors, the font that I like. And so I love that feature. Another standout feature or several standout features that Momento has, they've got these magic tools, magic frame, magic cut, magic emojis, and magic media. And so magic frame is like you can automatically frame like the speaker, the talking head, how you want within their interface. Super easy to do. Magically cut out filler words. So if you say a lot or like a lot, it can do that for you. It's also got the B-roll, similar to Opus on that front. They both have post to social media. I think I forgot to mention that, but you can directly from your dashboard when you log in, you can make those clips and then post them to social media. Also, Momento has a built-in chat GPT feature. I don't know if it's the exact algorithm, but you can prompt it to write blog posts based off your episodes or show notes or anything you need related to your podcast for written marketing assets. Momento has that, and I think that's dope because I write a lot. I've got the blog. Sometimes I'll ask it to give copy for the specific clip that it shoots out. And so I think that is a big help. Copy as in what to write to promote the clip when I post it. But yeah, Momento's great. It's a growing company. I think it's only been around maybe 2 years. When I had David on the show in episode 42, the founder, they were fairly new. And honestly, I like that they're putting a lot of iterations of the service and of the website, because from back then till now, it's changed a lot. It's gotten faster. There's more things you could do with it. And so I just like that they're constantly looking for feedback and updating things based on what their users say. Oh, one other thing about Momento is that it can create a medium form content too. Whereas as far as I know, what I've played around with on Opus, it's only short form content. And I could be wrong. So I know you guys are probably going to check me on that. But Momento, you could do, short form clips, and then the medium form, which is maybe a 3 to 4 minute video, which I think is dope because I think there's a strategy that people don't really talk about that often. That's medium form content. And so long form is maybe a 30-minute YouTube podcast where you're interviewing someone, or longer, 40 minutes. Then short form content, all the vertical stuff that we see, maybe 30 seconds to 90 seconds. But the medium form, I think, is a really meaty part where it's kind of an untapped market that people don't talk about. I'm going to plan on doing an episode on that in 2024, but medium content could be 3 to 4 minutes, or maybe a blog post that's longer than just a couple hundred words. That's not going to take you 45 minutes to read, but maybe it takes you 10 minutes to read or 8 minutes to read. So Momento has the ability to do that, which I love. So that's it for this episode. I think if you haven't gotten into it, now's the time to start using AI for creating podcast clips. Save yourself time. Unless you're a kick-ass editor that's super fast, start making clips. Get out there, show your face, talk about your brand, talk about things that help people, educate, connect with people face-to-face, or at least digitally face-to-face. So I encourage you to try these tools out. I think you'll love how they work. People will start to say, I'd like to see your clips and get more into you. And I think there's just going to be more of that in 2024, video being the great equalizer, because with so much AI and so much fake stuff on social media and marketing and everything getting shoved down our throats, if they see a person and you're genuine and you seem like you want to connect with other people for business and just to build relationships, video is the great equalizer for that. And these short form clips are going to help you do that. And it's easy to do it with AI and with Opus and Momento. So stay tuned for what's cooking in the new year. I'll update you if I've got any episodes in the can, but I think from here on out, I'm doing reruns for the next couple weeks till after New Year's. And as always, guys, hit up the website, thepodcasthaven.com. There you can fill out our contact form and connect with me. Ask some questions. If you need advice, happy to help. If you want to get more information about how you can work with myself and the Podcast Haven, that's my podcast production company, I'm happy to chat and then set up a call, whatever we need to do. But looking forward to hearing from you guys. Hope you all have a great Christmas, and I will be back with you in 2024. Take that rest. Take that time to plan for the new year so you can smash those goals, guys. Keep listening, keep engaging, keep creating. I'm out.